I'm about to turn 26 years old, and that is ancient old in online guru terms. That is super old, guys. I can't believe I'm not a millionaire by 26. Like, I'm a disgrace. I'm shameful. Anyways, I'm just playing around. But I want to give you guys some advice that I wish I would have known as my 18-year-old self. Because if you don't know, I started playing this online game really about 3 years ago. So I'm only 3 years into this whole game, and I'm doing $50K a month right now. And there's advice that I wish someone would have told me at 18 that would have changed the entire trajectory of my life, and I probably would have been at this point a lot quicker. But guys, I can't complain. My life is amazing. I'm so blessed, and the Lord had a plan for all of this. But I want to give you guys some advice to help you out since you're not 26 yet. So this is the advice I would give my 18-year-old self. And the first thing is, you must have a goal, a purpose for your life. That way you can actually start deconstructing the steps you need to take to reach that goal. So when I was 18, I didn't really have a goal for my life. Not really. I mean, I knew that I wanted to dedicate it to the Lord and to, tell people about God and Jesus and the Bible. But like, that was really general. And I could do that through any profession. So it wasn't really like a concrete goal to kind of just start taking step towards. And so I did what every other 18-year-old did, right? I just listened to teachers, listened to my parents, and I went to college. Even though I had no clue what I was going to do, I just went to college. This is a mistake, I think, because if you don't have a goal, I don't think you should go to college. I think you should try out different things until you figure out what you actually want to do for the next 5 years, next 10 years, the rest of your life maybe. Because I went to college, spent a lot of my parents' money, and didn't learn anything. Like, I just went there. I mean, I made friends. I met my wife there, so I'm super thankful. But like, as far as learning and getting towards my goals as a person, I didn't do anything. Not saying you shouldn't go to college, but if your goal is to be a doctor, like, obviously go to college. But if your goal is to own a business, then why the frick would you go to college? Because 99% of my business teachers had never owned a business. So why would I even listen to them? They literally gone to school and started teaching school. Like, they'd never actually been in the business world. And you could go and get a 4-year degree and still not have a business. Or you could just start a business tomorrow and then suck for a year and then make money the next year without having to spend any money on a degree. So it just depends on your goals. That's the first thing, is have a concrete goal. But also understand that it's going to change. But you must have a goal. Like, you have a goal, that way you can start taking steps in that direction. But then your goal might change a little bit. And that's fine. Now you just start taking steps in that direction. But the main thing is that you're taking steps. You're not just sitting there being a clueless goober like we were, drinking, vaping, and doing absolutely nothing in college. So that's what I would say, is make sure you sit down and think and have a goal. The second that I would say is, I was madly addicted to video games my entire life, and very addicted at 18 years old. And if I could look at my younger self and tell him, I said, bro, if you only knew how fun the game of real life is, you would never touch a video game ever again. And if that's you right now, if you're addicted to video games, if you only knew how fun real life could be, how fun leveling up skills, taking on challenges, killing bosses in real life, making money, get huge rewards, building your character. Like, if you knew how fun that could be, you would never touch video games. The problem is you've been suckered into these games at such a young age, and your goal-striving mechanism is just fricked because it's been sucked away by video games. Guys, I wake up every day like thrilled to live my life because I'm playing the game right now. Like, I'm doing it right now. Like, I'm learning speaking, right? I'm helping you, giving you guys value at scale, all this stuff. If you only knew how fun it was, bro. The problem is, just like any video game, there's a learning curve when you start. The learning curve to real life, almost no one goes through it. No one actually figures this stuff out because they just give up. In video games, watching corn and TikTok and all this garbage is a lot easier than actually just learning how to play real life. But oh my Lord, bro, the rewards from playing real life are infinitely better than anything you'll ever find on a video game, dude. I remember getting like a rare drop. I remember getting a twisted bow on RuneScape, if you know what that is. It's like the rarest drop in the game. It takes years to get it. And we freaked out. We was going crazy. But that could never even come close to the feeling of getting my first online dollar that I made. Like, you can see, it's the first video on this channel. The first time I ever made an online dollar from selling like an online course. that feeling will be always exponentially insanely higher. Now I'm getting, multiple $1,000 Stripe payments every single day, making $50K a month, and like being able to buy this studio, like to level up my environment, to level up my skills, to level up my character, and have a bunch of money. Like, dude, there's nothing better than that. And some of y'all, like me, I had 10,000 plus hours on video games. I had 10K hours just on RuneScape, just one game. I played it for a decade and a half. If you would apply just 2,000 hours to real life, whether it be online business, fitness, whatever, you would see insane results. You guys have thousands of hours on video games. Imagine if you just spent 1,000 hours learning Facebook ads. Bro, you'd be rich. Why not do that? Is it fun to start with? No, but you kind of turn it into a game. You start tracking your hours. You start leveling up your skills. You start meeting other people who are obsessed with it. All of this stuff. You have to treat life like a video game. And that's what I would say to my 18-year-old self. And finally, the third and final thing is to enjoy the ride and to give it all to the Lord. One of my favorite verses says, "Do not store up for yourself treasures on earth, where thief and moths destroy and dust destroy, but instead lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where no thieves can steal, no moths can destroy, and nothing will erode away." Like it's for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. It's like all this we're doing, making money, doing whatever, getting jacked, but none of this matters 100 years from now. We're all going to be dead. We're going to be off this earth. And so understanding that there's a higher purpose for all this, and like God wants a relationship with us, and he sent his son Jesus to die for us so that we could be right again, because we're sinners, and without Jesus we're just awful people. Think about it. Like, you just want selfish things. So do I. We all do. We're all broken. But thankfully Jesus has died. He lived the perfect life and died the death he shouldn't have died, so that if we believe in him, we can have a relationship with God again. And so when you think through life of that perspective, it changes everything. Like, money doesn't matter as much. How people like you doesn't matter as much. Nothing matters as much as just doing what God has for you and telling people about the Lord and giving people hope of the gospel. So that's what I would say to my 18-year-old self. Hopefully this helps me all, whether you're 18 or whether you're 35. I see you, my 30-year-olds. Y'all are out here still grinding. Us old heads, us ancient online gurus. But yeah, hopefully this helps. See you guys later.